Greetings, this is Chris Reimer, Vice President of Social Media at Falk Harrison and Chief Shirtologist at Rizzo Teas. Today is 9/11. It's the 11th anniversary of September 11, 2001. This is a day that always kind of bums me out for obvious reasons. We've got social media today to look at and see the remembrances and see all the tributes, and we didn't have that back in 2001 or 2002 or 2003. We've got it today. I'm looking at all of the tributes, all of the graphic designs of eagles and towers and pictures of the Pentagon and all these different things. But there's something that I saw that just kind of bugged me a little bit. I'm going to see if I can show it to you real quick. Hold on. So there was this ad. Let's see if I can find it here. It was the Budweiser ad, if you can see it. I'm doing a terrible job of this. But anyway, it was this Budweiser ad, and it was the Budweiser 9/11 tribute. It was the Clydesdales. They marched to New York, and they bow down on their front knees in tribute. And it basically says here, here is the famous Budweiser commercial produced after 9/11. They aired it only once during Super Bowl 36 in February 2002. This 1-minute spot features the beer company's trademark teams with Clydesdale horses on bended knee in a gesture of respect and all this. And then, of course, as is often the case on YouTube, there are lots of comments, very interesting comments, and as you might guess, in today's day and age, they were very strident, almost down the middle. People that thought this was a super cool tribute, and cynical people that thought that Budweiser was just out to sell beer here and had actually made their intentions something less than pure. And I just want to read some of the comments because this is kind of where we're at in this country, and I see things like this, and it makes me a little bit sad. It says, here's one that was pro. After 9/11, people were united in shock, outrage, and grief, followed by hope. This included marketing folks and executives. Believe it or not, large for-profit companies can actually sometimes do the right thing simply for purpose. It's not always about the money, and so on and so on. And I'm open to here's another one. I'm open to the idea they did it just for the tribute, but you have to admit that companies will do anything to sell more products. I think it would have been more classy if they left out the logo at the end. Here's another one. Don't kid yourself. It was easy for Budweiser to claim airing the ad only once to avoid making money from it because companies often only air an ad during the Super Bowl, blah, 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 blah. So basically not buying it that they'd said, we're only going to air this once. Another one, it still gives me chills 10 years after. Here's someone responding to one of the earlier ones. You must be an absolute joy to be on. I never saw this commercial again. When did you? You're right. The first thing I did was go out to the liquor store and buy a case of Bud. Wow, you got me. So that person's kind of making fun of someone. Being a realist doesn't make me negative. I pointed out the ad aired once. It doesn't support Budweiser's claim, so why bring it up? It boggles my mind, blah, 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 blah. Wow, using a tragic national event that took the lives of thousands to sell beer. Touche, Budweiser, on pretending you care. Finally, they broadcast it only once. It was then retired. It's perfect. So I see all these, pros and cons, these, people that see the world, I think, is with the glass half full, and then contrarians that think that everyone has negative intentions. And it's funny, I think of Neo in The Matrix when he said, this is a problem of choice. This comes down to choice. And I agree with that. I feel that way here. I feel like at this point, it's almost our choice whether to look at the world as though the glass is half full or to really look at it as if the glass is almost empty. And in this case, perhaps I'm biased because I'm from St. Louis, Budweiser is brewed here and all that. But, the one thing I don't want to happen is I don't want companies to stop doing things like this, to stop using the platform that they have to express remorse in a time of tragedy like this, or to stop giving donations to 9/11 fund or whatever the case may be. I mean, if a company sees enough of this stuff online, they might think that the way the wind is blowing is that we don't believe them, so they all stop giving the money. And I certainly don't want that. I just made this video today because seeing these sort of things just kind of bums me out a little bit. I believe that Budweiser's intentions were true. I am sure that their marketing folks were definitely interested in selling more beer. They would be derelict in their duties if they weren't working on that. But the ad, go watch it. I'll link it up here on this blog post. But I think the ad's good. It does still give me chills, and I think that they did a good job. And just companies listening, I would just urge you to continue to express yourselves online, and don't be afraid of some of those so-called haters that we might see online. They certainly exist. They are not going away. They will hate your brand. As long as you are doing the right thing and you have good intentions and you have a good heart, you're going to be okay.